Showtime! The Capital G show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So we're talking Burning Abyss in this video, and I'm mainly making this video because I have seen a lot of YouTubers over the last couple of days making some pretty bold claims about this deck and art type. They're saying, oh my god, it's tier 0, it's unbeatable, it needs to be completely killed with fire, and I'm just like, really? So I am here to add a little thing that I like to call perspective and just flat out say, everybody chill the fuck out, I got this. First off, let's be real here about Burning Abyss. Any claims that this deck is tier 0 is absolutely ludicrous. It's nonsense. That's what it is. It shouldn't even be, like, you shouldn't even dignify it with a reaction, because that's all it is, nonsense. If you looked at Teledad and Gladiator Beast when they were in their heyday, those decks were really tier 0. They would often, and when I say often, I'm just talking like way more than routinely, take 50 to 75% of the top spots at Shonen Jumps and regionals. Burning Abyss isn't anywhere close to that. Like, it's not even sniffing that. Gladiator Beast won 7 Shonen Jumps, Nationals, and Worlds in a row. Like, there was no other deck that won any major event in the entire country when Gladiator Beasts were dominating. Teledad at a Shonen Jump, it once took 15 out of the top 16 spots. I was at that event. It was Shonen Jump Charlotte. Like, I think it may have been like 2010 or something like that. I don't know. Look it up. But that's the point. When the hell has Burning Abyss ever done anything remotely close to the level of dominance that those two decks have pretty much shown that they can do? You know, you look at the latest YCS Anaheim, there were 10 Burning Abyss, 9 Quilloffs, and 8 Shadows in the top 32 of this event. So for anybody out there who really does believe that BA is tier 0, just please explain to me how in the hell, if you are a tier 0 deck, are you allowing not 1, but 2 decks to basically match your success at the largest tournament in the entire country? Like, people may say what they want about YCSs. They're still the biggest events in the country by far. I mean, I understand that some people are going to say, well, Patrick Hoban keeps winning all these events. Okay, first off, Patrick Hoban won YCS Anaheim, but he didn't win it with Burning Abyss. I mean, they play the top 16 out with fucking draft. So, I mean, it basically means nothing. He might as well have been using a starter deck. What he played in Swiss was Burning Abyss, and what finished first in Swiss wasn't Burning Abyss. So, I mean, you can basically take that with a grain of salt. You know, even if you look at the ARG circuit over the weekend, yeah, Burning Abyss dominated Chicago. But if you look at the event before that, ARG Seattle, I mean, Quilloffs had more in the top cut than Burning Abyss did. So it's like, what are we fucking talking about here? You know, I mean, if you're looking at Burning Abyss and you're saying that it's dominated, show me some hard numbers that actually back up that claim, because the truth is, it's probably the best deck right now, but it's by a very small margin. And tier 0s, they don't allow anything to even come close to them. You know, you're never going to have a tier 0, you know, format where there is this one deck that is supposed to be tier 0 and yet another deck is taking 30 or 25% of the tops. Like, that isn't how tier 0 actually works. Now, as far as, you know, killing the deck with fire, I think that is 100% what does not need to happen here. You know, I think that if a lot of players who are frustrated playing against, you know, BA, or just flat out salty because they lose to BA all the time, be honest with yourself. If Fire Lake wasn't a card, how many people would be saying kill the deck with fire? Like, probably not many. The deck doesn't need to be ripped to shreds. It just needs to be adjusted a little bit. You know, Tour Guide to 1, this was something that I was calling for at the end of last format. I mean, you can look at my ban list, wish list video, and I said that mainly because I thought that Tour Guide got reverse power creeped by Burning Abyss. I felt like Tour Guide, you know, it was a card that was good, and then it kind of got reverse power creeped into a top 3 card in the game alongside of Super Polymerization and Soul Charge. Like, I felt like those are the 3 best cards of last format, and 2 of those cards got limited. So I felt like Tour Guide should have got limited as well. You know, Fire Lake is probably an obvious one. Fire Lake should just go to 1-2, because I feel like the odds of drawing it then would be really, really low. And even if you did happen to mill it, the odds of milling it would be low, and you'd have to kind of jump through hoops to get it back, and you wouldn't be able to juggle it not nearly as easy as what you could do now. But outside of that, I mean, the deck should just stay as it is. Tour Guide is really what puts it over the top, because Tour Guide is definitely the card that allows you to make up for going first, you know, make up that card, because Tour Guide basically becomes a Dante, and then when you detach the graph, you go plus, and you shouldn't be able to go plus off of a Tour Guide and get a Dante at the same time. You should have to use legitimate resources. Even sometimes when they use legitimate resources, they still can end up going plus, but with a Tour Guide, it's guaranteed that you're going to go plus. So, you know, hit Tour Guide, hit Fire Lake, they both go to 1, the deck is fine. Is the deck tier 0? I mean, don't make me laugh. It's not close to tier 0. If the deck was tier 0, that means that at basically every event, it should be taking no less than 50% of all the top spots. Regionals, ARGs, Shonen Jump, Shonen Jump YCS, regardless. So let me know what you guys think. I feel like there's kind of a lot of salt going around, because a lot of Shadow players have kind of jumped off that deck and gone to Burning Abyss. So right now the market is basically flooded with the deck. I mean, you're probably going to play it. If you play 4 games at any tournament, you're probably going to run into 2 Burning Abyss, but I don't think that that's a reason to either A, you know, dictate that we destroy the deck, or B, you know, put it on a pedestal that it doesn't belong on. So again, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching as always. Subscribing makes life happy.